Good afternoon. I don't know what happened, but my theme song video is not on my list. So I'm not sure where it went. But that's okay because I'm going to redo it. I want to redo it. I just don't want to pay the $20. That's the truth there, my friends. That is the truth. All right. So let's share what I'm going to do. I don't think we're going to have, I don't want to bug everybody all day. I have a lot of stuff going on. So it's like, check my live, check my podcast, go to my meetings, do this, do that, right? Looks like we're going to be doing some adding on, which is cool. So I'm on 10 milligrams of duloxetine, which is Cymbalta. And what duloxetine is an SSDI. Helps with depression. It can also help with pain, PTSD, things like that. I was on 120 milligrams, and I've spent pretty much the last year coming off of them. That's what I've been doing all year, right? And now I'm down to 10 milligrams, and they're like, okay, we're going to stop. And today was the third day, but I was starting to get those brain zaps again. So I went ahead, took my med. We'll go down to 5 milligrams, do that for 2 weeks. And if I got to go down to 2.5, I'll fucking do it, man. So, but I'm going to get off these things. And if one more person asks me if it's under doctor's direction, I'm going to put my foot up your ass. Okay. I didn't buy the meds from Bob on the corner. Okay. I got them from my psychiatrist, who is helping me even though I don't have insurance. It's because she knows what I do. And she gets paid for writing meds. All right. That is stuff that is not mine. Like this. I didn't put this in here. But yeah, send any questions to chat. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. This is the ticker. I don't use it. People don't like it. It just doesn't fit here. It doesn't fit. They had some neat things here too. There's some cool backgrounds, but they don't match with my room at all. That kind of does. It's a newer one. But most of them are just dark. And Restream really, really, really wants to support Ukraine. They're still doing that. They got it all over this. See, right here. I don't mind. All right. Passive aggressive versus assertiveness. Let's find out what passive aggressive is. Okay. What are symptoms of a passive aggressive person? Specific signs of passive aggressive behavior include resentment. Not too hard to put this with us, is it? Resentment and the opposition to the demands of others, especially the demands of people in positions of authority. Show me an alcoholic and I'll show you a person with a problem with authority. Yeah. Resistance to cooperation, procrastination, and intentional mistakes in response to others' demands. All right. What are some traits of passive aggressive behavior? Because it's really the traits that we need to know about, isn't it? Do I carry some of these traits? I'm feeling green. Feeling green. There we go. Now we're green. Procrastination. They may avoid tasks or put them off until the last minute. Not really what I'm going for. Backhanded compliments. Or here's one. Oh, I was just joking. Can't take a joke? All right. Passive aggressive behavior usually includes things like gaslighting, manipulation, demands, and the worst of the worst, ignoring. Ignoring is passive aggressive behavior. And that's kind of why I'm bringing this up because, I mean, I even have a whole county ignoring me. They are. They're just plain ignoring me. They're not responding. And ignoring is actually the worst passive aggressive behavior there is, which makes it worse considering their behavioral health. Oh, right. Sarcasm. They may be as sarcastic, especially when they receive backlash. You know, sarcasm will usually come with name calling. Also, soon as name calling starts, we're not in anger, we're in rage. That's a resentment. Hey, I put something out about sober living and stuff a few weeks back, and I clearly hit a button on somebody because man, they got mad, decided that they wanted to call me out and tell me what the community thinks of me. It was very passive aggressive behavior. This same person told me, I asked them to be on my podcast. They said, I don't do normal things like that. That was my first indicator. This is a person that's only following me so that they can put me down. Well, you're gone. You're gone. All right. All right. Excuses. They make excuses for why they can't do something. We're all familiar with the excuses. Okay. Now, why are we kind of covering the passive aggressive behavior? Because number one, these are some of my traits that I need to get rid of, or my character defects. And if I can recognize them, then I can move into assertiveness, which we will get to. Okay. Excuses. They make excuses why they can't do something. That was me. I was always making excuses as to why I couldn't do something, why I couldn't get sober, why I wasn't doing what I needed to do. Sabotage. They may try and ruin someone else's efforts. Now, in this case, I tend to ruin my own efforts because when I do that, it gives me an excuse to drink. Well, if you went through what I was going through, you would drink also. Right? Hi, Angel. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sullen behavior. It's a big one amongst alcoholics. When they do something and then when you confront them on it, they'll play the victim. That's sullen behavior. No. Happens with me all the time. I'll confront people. I confront people, hey, this kind of happened. And yeah, I just get sullen behavior. Or I get the next one, refusal to communicate. In a world of recovery, if I have bad communication, okay, and I'm going to tell you, if you're going to be a professional or anything like this and you don't know what passive aggressive is, please get the fuck out. You have no education. Just saying. But refusal to communicate, they may consciously ignore someone or everyone. Car. Let's see. They're the people that say that sober livings are good, right? They make sober livings legitimate. They won't return my phone call. They won't return my phone call. Adams County won't return my phone call. Aurora Mental Health, the place that I used to work for, the place that I helped them get peer support, the place where I helped them hand them $2 million to start a new detox, will not talk to me. They are ignoring me because if they talk to me, they're going to have to make some changes and they don't want to. It is very passive aggressive behavior. Okay. What is this? It's government. Recovery has become big business. I'm fucking tired of it. Lift the label. I've been arguing with them. I'm like, you're going to fight stigma? And then I called them out. I'm like, you're a government agency. Why should we listen to you? You're the one ruining everything. Right? That's true. It's true. Lateness. They may be intentionally late to punish someone else. Yeah. Here's a big one though for us, and the next, and some of these other ones too. Resentment. That was a big one for me. Right? What do we say about resentments for us? Well, they're the number one offender. The number one offender for what? Death. Did you think it was drinking? No. It says right after that it kills more alcoholics than anything else. Kills. That's what it is. Right? Resistance to cooperation. See, I'm trying to cooperate with these people and they resist it. Everybody kind of knows who I am, but I don't see any sober livings. I don't see free. I don't see any of these people reaching out to say, hey, Dion, would you like to come speak? Because I'm a fantastic speaker. Why are they not going to do that? Because they don't want you to know the truth. And they know that if they give me that space, even in their own location, I will call you out. No. And that, you know what that is? Assertiveness. And we'll get to it. Okay? We have to be assertive people. It means I control my own emotions. I speak kindly to other people, and I take responsibility for my own darn actions. Okay? It also means I have very strong boundaries. It also comes with a ton of courage, but we'll get to that. Intentional mistakes. Intentional mistakes in recovery, you know what they do? They kill other people. It is the second number one way to kill an alcoholic. All because you wanted to send them to that sober living. I'm very big on that. If you are not responsible for your resources and you are a person of trust, then you are untrustworthy. Yeah. Oh, I know they're doing that. Did you at least warn them? Hey, I'm sending you over here, but they're going to fuck with you. I need you to know that. You being honest with them at least? No? Oh, then you're the fucking problem. Did you know that? Stop sending people to these places where you know nothing about it. Do some freaking research. Ask me, I'll help you. Okay? Angel, I've been very honest with you with some places, right? Where I've told you, you know what? You know, it was because of this. This is why I don't like them. But the fact is, they're still doing something good. So go for it. See, I don't have to let my personal opinion and my emotions interfere with your life. No, bullshit. They make intentional mistakes in response to others' demands. I kind of get that, because if you give me an ultimatum, like right now, I need to know right now, and I'm not given time to think, and you're not giving me time, I'm going to pick what's most inconvenient for you. That's what I will pick, even if it disrupts my day, because you gave me an ultimatum. I will shut that down fast. Can I have time to think about it? No. Then no. Have a good day. That's how it'll go. Boundaries. All right. This is the last one, at least for this. Frequent complaints. I've actually been doing this right now. They may frequently complain about feeling underappreciated or cheated. Nah, I don't. Now they're just ignoring me. I don't feel underappreciated or cheated. You want to know why? God ain't going to let me miss out on anything. I have not missed out on anything. Okay? If you weren't invited, don't fucking go. traits of assertiveness. What are 5 assertive behaviors? Let's get to that one. An assertive personality refers to an individual who is confident in expressing their thoughts, feelings, and needs in a respectful and clear manner. Such individuals are adept at standing up for themselves and advocating for their rights without being overly aggressive or passive. There's a great word, a perfect word. Okay. I do this with doctors, therapists. Like if I'm not getting what I want, or let me rephrase. Okay. When I was getting my gallbladder out, okay, they were hesitant to give me my duloxetine because it was 120 milligrams, and I understood why. So I told the doctor why. And they said, well, we got to get that approved. I said, that's fine. I'm not going to have it today, but tomorrow, if I don't have it, you are going to have a much different Dion on your hands. Next day came. I hadn't got my meds. I'm now starting to detox from my duloxetine. And the doctor came in and I said, I need to advocate for myself. Before I knew it, the head nurse was in there, security, and I advocated. And I told them that if somebody ever tells you that and you mess with their head meds, and I kept them in there for 10 minutes. Okay. But then they understood that maybe they should. Now, why did I do that? Because I was going to get my meds one way or another. Why am I doing that? Because I don't want them to do it to the next person. That's why. See, I'm getting on Aurora Mental Health because they treated me horribly. Okay, I'm over that. I don't want it to happen to the next person. That's why I do it. That's why we need to speak. Because otherwise they're going to give us the same shit. I'm advocating. I'm going to tell you something. When you advocate the right way, the truth will piss people off. If the truth pisses people off, they are not your people. Those are weak people. They're unhealed. So what do? We pray. We pray that they're going to find some kind of higher power, that they're going to find peace in their lives, that they're going to get down to causes and conditions and figure out who they are so that they can be a better person for their children, their grandchildren, in our community. That's why. And it's a responsibility. And if you don't fucking take it, the consequences are dire. All right. What are the 6 C's of assertiveness? It's starting out with congruency, and I don't know that word. What are 5 assertive behaviors? Let's go with that. Voice, speech. I have been working on the tone of my voices. I don't know how. Because people have always, Dion, it's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying. Dion, it's not what you're saying, it's the tone of your voice. And I use the tone of my voice here often. You'll hear me go high, you'll hear me go, like right now, I went really low because you know I'm about to get serious. This is all assertiveness. There's a lot of things that I do while speaking. Firm, warm, well-paced. There's a pace. There's a reason that you will sit here for 45 minutes and listen to me. You want to know the average? 12 minutes. 12 minutes is usually how long you can speak individually before people start to get turned off. So you know what I do? I throw a wrench in. I change the topic. We talk here more about the separate topics than we do the actual topic. I'm keeping you engaged. This is assertiveness. I've been doing it all my life. I've been watching people all my life. When I do the podcast, I do a lot of things people just don't know about. I'm their laugh track. I'm their sound. See, when you're speaking, you have to have certain mental things. Like you make a joke while speaking and nobody laughs, your brain goes, what the fuck? And you could be on Zoom and everybody in front of you is laughing. So if you make a joke and I don't even find it funny, I'm going to laugh. Not only am I going to laugh, it's going to be boisterous. It's going to be a little bit louder. Why? Because we're on radio in a sense. So you can't see me. So I have to emphasize that. And what am I doing? I'm giving them a signal to move on with their story. That's why I'm a great interviewer. That's why. Okay. Non-accusatory. Stick to I and me statements. Don't say you. And even then, you'll hear me do it all the time. I'd say, you got to. And I'm like, oh, no, I have to. You'll hear me do it all the time. Okay. I'm just correcting myself so that I can stay assertive. Because if I say you, I'm now being passive aggressive. Face, eyes. Comfortable. You're comfortable here. There's no pressure on you. You don't even need to speak here. There's two people here. I know one of them. The other person, I don't know who it is. I don't need to know. What does it matter? What does it matter? Okay. This is about meeting you where you're at. When I say I have the largest, quietest following that I know of, I'm not kidding. But that's because I allow there's not much I don't allow. Okay. I've been doing this for 5.5 years. I've had 3 bombers. 2 of them are not. Now listen. Yep. Because this is the way I see it. If you found me, God is doing something. And I believe that. Even if I don't care if you're a troll. How you found me is not my concern. Okay. Direct eye contact. You better look me in the fucking eye. If you can't look me in the eye, we're going to have a very hard conversation. Okay. Now, I may have somebody who is shy. I'm going to allow for some things, but I have tricks. Here's one. I'll show it to you. This is counseling 101. Sometimes you'll be talking to somebody. Maybe you're talking to a new person and they're sitting like this. Now, just because somebody's sitting like that doesn't mean they're closed off. But usually that's what it means when you're talking to somebody, right? Because this really isn't a comfortable position. Not for me. Kind of hurts my arms and things like that. Now, what does this mean? It means I'm closed off. It means I don't really want to talk. So what I do is if I have somebody like that, it's called mimicking. It's called mirroring. Okay. And mirroring works real well for PTSD too. My wife does it. She's my mirror. It's how I got through a lot of it because my wife could mirror that, right? And what I'm going to do is we're going to talk for a little while and I'm going to copy you. I'm going to sit back but I'm going to stay relaxed. Okay. And I'm going to be firm. I'm just going to have a casual conversation. And while I am talking, I'm going to open up my arms and I'm going to do this. I mean, do my thumbs. People do that all the time, right? They don't know what I'm doing. And then you sit forward just a little bit. What am I doing? I just told this person, I just gave them a mental cue. I'm listening. I'm holding space for you right now because I'm interested in what you're talking about. And eventually their arms will uncross and they will sit like this. Firm but kind expression. Look at my eyes. You know I'm kind. They shine. They shine. They shine with the courage of God. You know why people's eyes shine? It's the sunlight of the Spirit. The sunlight of the Spirit, my friend. Yeah. You know you are the sunlight of the Spirit? If you're a good example, yes, you are the sunlight of the Spirit. Pretty fucking cool, I think. I think. So you gotta be firm. Buzz firm. Courage, man. I have courage. Okay. Now I tell you the 12 steps can help you do this. Okay. What's a good indicator? Fourth step, fearless and thorough. Fearless and thorough. If you're not honest with yourself, you cannot be honest with other people, and therefore you can't be assertive. So you got to know yourself really well. Doubles, right? They say the eyes are the gateway to the soul. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. Appropriate smiling. I'm doing it now. Just did it again. What happens when I smile? My eyes light up. My eyes light up. What does that do for other people? It gives them hope. Because I'm a person who's been through a lot of stuff. And I came out the other side. I'm a free, happy man. That takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of walking. It takes a lot of action. And when you got that behind you, you can be assertive. Okay? Assertive does not come with wishing bad karma on other people. Assertiveness means I understand where this person is coming from. Passive aggressive has sympathy. Assertiveness has empathy. Okay? Now I can empathize. When I sympathize, I'm no longer standing in God's will. I'm playing victim with the other person. Now that doesn't mean if I hear something sad that I ain't going to cry, man. Sympathy will get me every now and again, but don't stay there. Okay? And usually when I do hear that story and it's coming from somebody, there's usually a good ending. Because I hang out with people that live in the solution. Those are the people I hang out with. Body language, relaxed, upright. When am I not relaxed here? I'm almost always relaxed. I'm so relaxed, I'm still in my fucking pajamas. Okay? I only put on a shirt for you guys. Half time I haven't shaved. When my hair's long, it's all over the place, and I got cats running around. Earlier, I had cats scratch me on my back. I call them motherfucker. All sorts of things. Okay? Open, calm hand gestures. I just showed it to you. Okay? Gestures. What are other things you can do? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, see what I'm doing? Okay. Here's the biggest thing, and it's coming up. They got to know you're holding space. Okay. Now, let's talk about confrontation. Right here, it says respect for personal space. Don't get in their face. Give 18 inches at least. When somebody's too close to me, I back up. And I'll do it once. If they get closer again, I say, back up. Back up. You're in my face, man. No, just get back a little bit. There we go. All right, we're cool. Okay. Not everybody's all huggy. I mean, I love hugs from the right people. I don't just give out hugs. Right? What are the qualities of an assertive person? Here's what it means to be assertive. You can give an opinion or say how you feel. I give my opinion here all the time, and I'll say that it's an opinion. Okay? And I have a lot of them. But that doesn't allow me to disrespect other things in the meantime. There's nothing worse than a salesperson who puts down the competition. Okay? If I'm listening to somebody and the first thing that they do is cut down AA, I'm done listening to you. Isn't the smartest thing. God might be talking through that person and I become closed-minded, but I've kind of shut you out. I may not really trust in what you're saying, right? Because you're being passive aggressive. Like it's hard to tell you about my podcast without comparing it to other podcasts. So I don't say other podcasts, this and this. I say we're different this way. My podcast is different. The biggest difference that I've noticed is the name, Raw Recovery with whoever the speaker is, hosted by Dion. I'm the host. I'm not telling my story. I'm giving up my time to do something I love. It's the person speaking who's taking their time, their emotions, their story to help me out. Okay. Now, how about you? But like when somebody says, yeah, Dion, I'll come help you move, I'm going to do everything I can here first before they get here to make it as easy as I can for them. Well, the podcast is the same thing. They're doing me a favor and I appreciate it. Well, they feel like I'm doing them a favor by letting them be on my show, which actually is really nothing. So everybody gets something out of it. And there's always healing. Right? It's always healing. Okay. You can ask for what you want or need. There we are again. I feel the need to advocate for myself. Okay. See how I said that? It's not mean. Okay, I'm gonna give a good, really good example because it's on me. This was months ago, and the person that's running Al-Anon at the church now, and they're doing great, by the way. I love them. But I had mixed some things up in my head, and I felt like Al-Anon was trying to go above my head. Okay, but that wasn't the case. Okay, and I got mad. Okay, and my wife was there, Pastor Marcia, and the person from Al-Anon. They're like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I'm not getting what I want, so I'm getting mad." But you are right. It was true. I was getting mad because I wasn't getting what I wanted. But what they were saying was correct. You can ask for what you want or need. If I could, my wife and I, our communication is so great. I love it. We're able to, there's sometimes I get into a mode, and it happens less and less, where I am mean to my wife. Okay. Why do I do that? Because I love her the most, and I take things out on her before I take it out on anybody else. We all do it, but I'm aware of it. Right. And one day, so she had brought it up, and a few days later, something was coming out of my mouth. I was about halfway through, and I said, "Well," I said, "that's what you're talking about, isn't it?" She goes, "Yeah," and she just started crying. Okay, I brought something to justice. She knew I was working on that. I don't want to hurt my wife. I love my wife. Okay, but it's got to be done the right way. Okay, you can disagree respectfully. Angel's gonna be like, "Yeah, yeah." Oh, I did it again. See, I told a story, and what that did is it disrupted it a little bit. We're at 35 minutes, and I do need to wrap up. I got a phone call at 3, and then I got to get ready for. So you can disagree respectfully. Okay, Daryl and I have been doing it. If you've noticed, his is different than mine, and it's even if you went and voted for somebody else, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. That is not what's going to separate us, and I'm not going to let some individual divide my friendships. Nope. Pastor's going through some things at the church, and it's not my story to tell. And I'm looking at leaving the church, and it didn't work out. We tried something, it didn't work. And you know what conclusion we came to? That the reason that it happened was so that her and I could meet so we could get something else done. And I think that's what the answer is. And I told her it was still worth me going every Thursday and nobody being there if it means you're my friend. And I mean that. I fucking mean that. I would do it for you too. Yeah. I wouldn't do it for anybody, but I know who's here. Kind of. I don't know who the other person is, but I probably love them. So you can offer your ideas and suggestions without being a dick, is what I should say. All right. You can say no without feeling guilty. It's a hard one, huh? Now, I have PTSD. Okay. And my family, the way that they work it is they don't really ask me anymore. They say, we're doing this. And it's an automatic invite. But if I don't want to go, or if I don't, like my wife went to Disneyland, there's no way I could have done it right now. I wouldn't have been able to handle that. I would have probably made it worse. I'm just not ready yet. I want to go, but I don't know that I'm quite ready yet. Last time I went to Disneyland, I relapsed. And I was out for 15 years. I'm a little leery still. Yeah, the happiest fucking place on earth. You can speak up for someone else. I think that's probably, out of all of that, I think that's the biggest one. Now, if you come to me and we're talking about somebody so we can make a situation better, great. But if we're talking shit, I don't want no part of it. I want no part of it. I got to be very, very careful on that. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not willing to have hard conversations. But if it gets into a bitching session about somebody else, it's probably better for your therapist. You know? And I only know this because I went through it. See, everything that I talk about here and everything that I do is because I've been there. I was passive aggressive a good portion of my life, and I knew I was. I've known about passive aggressive and assertiveness since I was 15. This is not new news to me. Not new news. So when you're out there and you got all of this information in your head and you can't access it, you can't utilize it, that's the different how. It's a different how and not a challenge. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. Talking with a guy, and he runs a meeting on Friday or Sundays, someday, I think Sundays. I said, yeah, I'm willing to help out as long as it doesn't interfere with the Bronco game, which is true. We laugh, but it's true. And my friend Mark was like, no, I understand that. He watches his college ball. Notice he didn't say Saturday. All right. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Ugh, good stretches, man. I always like good stretches. Thank you for being here. I love you. Ugh. Peace out and have a day.